Hello, happy Friday. Today is November 13th. Real quick, I'm going to go through all of the things that we have to do today. Let me move me out of the way. We're going to be converting fractions that are halves, fourths, fifths, eighths, tenths, 20ths, 25ths, 40ths, and 50ths into decimals. Okay, so the new ones out of that are eighths, 20ths, and 40ths. Okay, we're converting those to decimals. Then we're converting decimals with up to 3 decimal places into fractions. So we're going to be having tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. Okay, let me say that real close to the microphone. Thousandths. Not thousands, thousandths. Okay, and you'll have a practice packet to do today. It should look something like this: 1 page of decimals to fractions and 1 page of fractions to decimals. Okay. I'm going to go through a couple of practice problems. You can look at this slide, and I'm also going to switch my camera and make it big for you to see. Sorry, this will just take a second. Okay. All right, hopefully now you can see my paper. You'll see I have arranged my decimals at the top with tenths place, hundredths place, and thousandths place, okay? And so remember, the first step when converting a fraction to a decimal is that the fraction needs to be in the form of tenths, hundredths, or thousandths, okay? So that's first step when going from fractions to decimals. All right, so let's do 1/4. So we need to get it to hundredths because it can't go to tenths, right? And we could get it to thousandths, but that's a pain, right? If we can do hundredths, why would we go to thousandths? Okay, so to get to hundredths, we need to multiply the denominator times 25, because 4 times 25 is 100. All right? But whatever we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top, okay? So we multiply by 25 25ths. The reason we can do this is because 25 25ths is 1. So it's like multiplying by a smart version of 1. Okay. When you multiply that out, you'll get 25 100ths. And when you convert, that'll be 0.25. All right, very good. Next one, 3/5. This one might be a new fraction, but this is actually easier than fourths because when we have a denominator of fifths, we can convert the fifths to tenths, right? By multiplying by 2 halves, which is 1. Okay, so multiply that out. You get 6/10. Convert it, you get 0.6. All right, one last fraction to decimal. This one's a little more complicated because it's an eighth. Eighths cannot go into tenths. Eighths cannot go into hundredths. But eighths can't go into thousandths. But think, how are we going to get 8 to go into 1,000? That would be a lot, right? It would probably go in a lot of times. So real quick, I'll show you on this long division here, just really quickly, but this is how you can find it if you forget. 1,000 divided by 8, okay? It goes into 10 one time, and times 8 is 8. Subtract, bring down 20, 2, 16, 40. 8 goes into 45 times. All right, so when you do this, you will get 1,000 divided by 8 is 125. So you can multiply by 125 125ths, and that will get you to 625 1,000ths. When you have that, that's super easy to put into a decimal. It's just that. Okay, so you'll see if you direct your attention to the right side of your screen, I have put these little guide fractions or reference fractions to help you. Okay, so that should help you with this converting, sort of like a little check for understanding. Also, you'll start to realize if you have something that is a 0.25, that's a fourth. If you have a 0.125 or something like that, you'll see that that's an eighth. Okay? Okay. Now let's talk about decimals to fractions, shifting gears a little bit. First step is convert the decimal to a fraction. Second step is reduce. And you have to reduce all the way, all the time, always. Got it? Good. Okay. Let's take 0.375 and convert that one into a fraction. Again, this is a big number, okay? This is fourth grade math, not third grade anymore, okay? So the first step is the easiest, right? You just put it on top of the thousandths, right? You have to make sure you don't put this on top of hundredths, right? You put it on top of thousandths because that's what it is. The 5 is in the thousandth place, the last number is in the thousandths place, so that's what fraction it is. All right, now you can reduce, okay? So you may not know what to divide by to do it all in one step, right? And that's okay. That is okay. Because you can do it in multiple steps. So the first thing I see is we can divide by 5. And when you divide by 5, I didn't show the math, but you would have to show the math. When you divide by 5, you get 75 over 200, okay? Now I see a couple things. I see you could divide by 5, but you could also divide now by 25. Divide the top and bottom by 25, right? And you may not know how to do that exactly, but if you think about money, or you can list your multiples of 25, then you'll figure out that that is equal to 3/8. Okay? Now again, you could divide by 5 and then divide by 5 again. That is fine. That's totally fine. However you get to the answer, as long as you do get to it. Okay, at this time I'm going to switch my camera back to me. And so sorry. Okay. So here are some helpful hints. I'll leave them on the screen for you. Take a screenshot of it. You can just pause the video and look at this. Here's a reminder, you have your practice packet to do. Okay, and I will leave you with that. Good luck on the practice packet. It is due today. Enjoy.